Thank you so much, Gloria. Thank you, CEO. We are joined by Mr. Eddie Kidia who represents us on the Uganda Tourism Board. So at this point, I'd like to call upon Eddie to just make some comments before we wrap.
Okay, thank you very much. It's indeed a pleasure to be speaking to the members at such an opportune moment. There are some questions and comments that have been directed to UTB in particular, I being the representative on the board. And for sure, I would like to share what all other previous panel members have mentioned, that we're indeed in a very, very, very difficult scenario right now. And this is going to require a lot of teamwork and concerted effort between the travel trade and then the government players, UTB in this case. Now, one thing that certainly is going to happen is we're going to see the marketing strategy, the tourism marketing strategy, having some re-engineering and reconfiguration. And these can only be done with the input of the private sector, because it's the private sector that does the business. So we're going to see a series of consultations, a series of meetings that could take place online, and many board members and secretariat representatives and even general members are going to be called upon to come and give some input, so that we can have a mutual understanding on the way forward and where we take our tourism out of this ditch that it's in. Now, just picked up a few things. One of them was from Samuel, who proposed a joint marketing committee. And indeed, this is one thing that is already being discussed, that we cannot move forth without having a joint and concerted effort between all the players. Then secondly, Dennis brought up an issue of intra-Africa travel. Indeed, we had already, as UTB, we had already thought in that line way before even COVID came. As you recall, the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo had a theme for promoting intra-Africa travel. And we all understand that this time, Africa has not been so badly hit yet like all the rest of the world and the source markets. So we're going to see the travel trade, trying to also, reconfigure their own individual marketing strategies to make sure that, they target travelers within the region and within Africa. I think that can be, one low-hanging fruit that we can consider going forward. Then regarding MICE, as much as we're having these hybrid meetings that we have in video conferencing, the face-to-face meetings will not totally be lost. And I would also, urge my fellow tour operators, we need to think how to make our businesses survive and tap into the MICE. There is the incentive component in MICE. The incentive component basically looks at organizations that can reward their employees with trips to different places, best performing employees and things like that. So we shall have to, be very creative and try to package ourselves for this kind of incentive travel within Uganda. And then this is one way, that, our companies can be able to keep afloat. Speaking about domestic tourism, many of us tour operators haven't really been into it. And as you mentioned earlier, Jonathan, that it's about lucrativity. I mean, if the market is not so lucrative like the foreign one, then you'll have few people, kind of engaging in it. So, but this is the time where we need to survive. We need to make our businesses move forth, no matter what. So having a few packages on your website, that are targeting the local travelers, that are targeting honeymooners, that are targeting weekend travelers to, the satellite cities within Kampala, Jinja, and Entebbe. These can earn you, some monies that can keep you as a business afloat during this particular time. Then somebody hinted also on the question of statistics for domestic tourism. Indeed, it's the mandate of UTB to provide this. And right now, there's a fully constituted department of research. And this is some feedback that I've already taken out of this. And definitely, we'll be seeing progress in that direction too. Earlier on, Mr. Kamya had also brought out some issues, specifically regarding the availability of marketing material and also waiver of marketing costs abroad. Indeed, these are very, very, very valid, contributions, and I want to assure you that I'll have to, present these, and we'll definitely be taking this kind of direction, because all the support the private sector needs at this time has to be provided by the government players. Jonathan, there was also another question from Warren regarding assistance with visa acquisitions from UTB. yes, already in the past, that has been a norm that UTB provides assistance for the visa, travelers. But this has to be stepped up as well, because we're going to see so many travel restrictions going forward. So with those few remarks, Jonathan, my plea to my fellow tour operators is that we need to be resilient at this time. Let's work as a team. Let's use the free opportunity that we get, and then let's be creative and try to innovate as much as possible. Thank you very much, and all the best.